All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakahakodash. Our double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom, Wakasah, Lahabakyar, which means peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners wherever you may be. All right, I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland, and come back at you with another video. And this is um, we in the New Year's, if you didn't know. Today is January 1st, 2026. All right, so this is you know, I didn't get a chance to do my New Year's Eve of destruction um video, but this would be kind of that, and just some history regarding or some information regarding the title of this year, which Apostle Tahar coined it. Was it the year of apostasy or apostate agents and sellouts? All right, and apostasy is one who abandons apostate, or apostasy is one who abandons their religion or their belief. All right, but let me get this real quick, man. I just Google something. I typed in wicked scribes and Pharisees sold out to the Roman Empire Bible history. And this is a quick AI overview. So it says scribes and Pharisees in the Bible weren't exactly sold out to Rome. It says in a military sense, but Yahushua strongly condemned them for prioritizing their own power, rigid legalism, and it says an hypocrisy over true justice, mercy, and love for Yahweh. It says effectively shutting people out of the kingdom and aligning with corrupt systems. It says even if some cooperated with wrong rule, like tax collectors, leading to their rejection of Yahushua and condemnation as brood of vipers for persecuting Yahweh's messengers. Their focus on outward show and adherence to complex rules while ignoring core ethics contrast sharply with the Yahushua emphasis on on inner heart transformation. It says making them spiritually aligned with those who persecuted prophets. So that was a bit of an earful, but um this says a lot, and it shows you that you don't necessarily have to be a so-called lesser luminary. All right, where like when we say people sold out, that don't mean you necessarily are of some type of secret cult, you know what I'm saying, that works for Esau Edom, or they brought you in and they show you the ins and outs of their entire plans on what they want to do with the NWO. You like this what they just said. Just if you sold out, it can be for a number of things. It can be for your own personal gain. It can be that you actually took a bribe or money, all right, to um um to hinder the truth, you know what I'm saying, or twist the word. All right, or it can just be you can sold out to the spiritual demon Satan. All right, where you don't even you ain't necessarily took a plea or a deal, you know what I'm saying, you just going the hell off. But anyway, it all goes back to you basically denying Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not sincerely preaching the word in all truth and sincerity. All right, that's what it ultimately goes back to when we say you sold out. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this real quick, man. Actually, I'm gonna start this in started in the book of Romans 5:1. It says, "Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that execute judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it," man. And this is the thing, man. Like the Lord is He's using His men, to seek out the ones that are truly fed up with this world and what it has to offer in this wicked kingdom. All right, and the word is the bait. All right, like say when you walk up to a camp or you hear a video, the Lord, He catches you. You know what I'm saying, with that bait. All right, and then you pretty much you locked in from there. As the scripture say in the prophecy in Isaiah, the 30th chapter, where it talks about thy ears, that thy and the eyes shall see thy teachers, and should no longer be backed in the corner anymore. All right, you're gonna hear a word behind thee, and pretty much you're gonna know that was the truth. All right, but if you don't accept the truth for what it truly is and what it truly embodies, then this ain't for you. All right, you have to accept what the scriptures say and the whole, as a whole. All right, you can't add or take away. You can't pick and choose what you want to personally believe in, because you might be an individual that know you're Israelite or accept yourself being an Israelite, but there's certain things regarding the truth and the whole truth that you just don't want to accept for your own personal reasons or your own feelings. You know what I'm saying? That must not be. All right. You have to be 100% with what the scriptures say. All right. So anyway, Lord, when the Lord says, "Run you to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem," it's talking about go where Jake is at. All right, and teach. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about the agora, the chief, place of concourse, the marketplaces. You got to go out there where Jake is at. All right, and that will primarily be in these, like I said, these areas where there's a lot of foot traffic, the marketplaces, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go like on side of a road somewhere and just be teaching. You know what I'm saying? Where literally nobody goes. Like, no, you're gonna go where people are at, so people can literally physically see you and hear this word. All right, and then pretty much the Lord will do the work from there. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's always doing the work, but the Lord will pretty much gather who he wants to gather and sift who he wants to sift. So anyway, this is verse 2. And though they say the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely. All right. It says verse 3, O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than the rock. They have refused to return. And this is, you know, targeted to you Israelites, man. You Jakes that, just don't want to get with the program. All right, you pretty much you got your mind made up that America is it for you, or you want to stay here and you want to live the rest of your life out here and see what this place has to offer for you. Okay, cool. Um, Even for some of you Jakes that know, like I said, that know the deal, that know your Israelites, the prophecies concerning Babylon the Great. Even them, a lot of them guys, you're starting to find out they're really pro America. They're really for this place. They don't really want to leave this place. You know what I'm saying? They like acknowledging that they're Israelites and accepting the fact that we're God's chosen people. But all in all, they really just have a message that says otherwise. That look, they're actually cool with just being here and accepting the fact that they're Israelites, and they don't really care or want the kingdom. So that goes back to the title of the lesson, or apostle, or not title of the lesson, but the title of this new year, the year of apostate or apostasy, sellouts and agents. All right, because a lot of our people, they don't really want the kingdom. They really want this place. All right, so they're gonna have people that's gonna be what bow on the knee. You want to have people what pretty much casting away their belief, all for the sake to get a slice of the devil's pie. All right. Let me see. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 5:26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men." It says they lay wait as he that setteth snares. It says they set a trap, they catch men. So you got to remember this. It says Jeremiah said, "For among my people are found wicked men." Not every Israelite you come across, is righteous. Yeah, we don't even know if we're righteous. We don't even know if we're of the chosen, but we do understand we've been called, and we do understand the Lord has given us of His Spirit, because we do hate this world very passionately, vehemently. Do we hate this place and what it stands for? All right, as Scripture say, it says, "For we know that we are of Yahweh, and the whole world lieth in wickedness." We can see this place and what is about. All right, it says, verse 27, "As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich." It says they are waxing fat. It says they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. All right. Some of that consists of what doing worse than the devil. All right, doing way more worse things than these heathens. Here it is. You're supposed to be God's chosen people, which you Israelites are, but you're behaving in a manner that's worse than even the heathen are behaving. It says they judge not the cause, they cause the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Right. So you think the Lord's gonna let the apple of his eye, his chosen people, get away with the way they're behaving? The Lord will judge our people, and he's judging them now. But ultimately, the final judgment will be that thermonuclear destruction, which is known in the scriptures as the second death. All right, that's the ultimate judgment for you denouncing the Lord and just siding with this kingdom. It says a wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? So it's gonna be a lot of false prophets. It's gonna be a lot of people abandoning this truth. All right, because they're starting to see that this the straight gate is getting tighter. All right, so they're gonna try to find a way out. All right, and then you're gonna have the people that's already with America, that's of our people. They're gonna help promote that. All right. Even some family members, what I'm saying, even so-called brothers that's in the truth that teach with you week in, week out, the whole 9 yards, man. All right. So, even when I was reading earlier, I'm gonna go back because it was going into as well about Judea, how a lot of those Israelites back then, a lot of those wicked scribes and Pharisees and Sadducees, um, they were tied to the Roman Empire in one way or another, but many politically or political, it was getting certain, you know, uh, perks that came with, just agreeing and going along to go along with the get along, all right, with the Roman Empire. And it's the same way now. A lot of our people that woke up to themselves being Israelites, they accept and wholeheartedly believe that they're Israelites. But there's a twist to that. They came to the realization that it's not the persecution and the hell that we catch for being upright and really just being genuine, sincerely teaching the word for what it is. They came to the conclusion that that's not prosperous, or that's not beneficial, for living. All right, a lot of our people, they really just want to live comfortably here in America, even though they accepted the fact that they're Israelites and they do wholeheartedly believe that. That's not enough. All right, now you're doing things. You see men starting to twist up the word and take certain deals. That's why scripture say a gift destroyeth the heart, right? No matter if that come in the form of money, um, a position, all right, more benefits, or whatever the case is, bro. All right. It says, oh, that I had it in the wilderness, a lodging place of wayfaring men. It says that I may leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, and assembly of treacherous men. And this is how you feel, same way that Jeremiah felt. All right, because you see, all right, how a lot of our people, they just ain't shit. All right, and they pretty much like I said, they stand for wickedness. It says verse 3. It says, and they bend their bows. It says, and they bend their tongues like their bow. It says, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. So, who do you think this is talking about? All right, I first and foremost, it's talking about the ones of our people that know that they're Israelites. All right, that accepted the fact Esau Edom is a so-called white man. The heathens are who they are, and you are who you are. All right, but a lot of our people are not valiant for the truth. They rather, you know, um, like I said, they rather just accept America for what it is. All right, So it says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in every brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. All right. So you have to take heed. All right. You have to take heed to Jake. All right. Not everybody that says that Israel uh, are your brothers or your sisters. All right. You got a lot of wicked people amongst our nation that are really not for the kingdom and are not for this truth. All right. And you have to have spiritual discernment to see that. All right. It says, and they will deceive everyone his neighbor and will not speak the truth. It says they have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. And that's the whole thing, man. All right. It says and will not speak the truth, man. All right. It says verse 5 again, and they will deceive every one of his neighbor and will not speak the truth. And that's why you got camps out there teaching wayward doctrines, giving heed to damnable heresies and itching ears, so forth and so on. All right. And the damnable heresy is to go against a core belief or a core the core teachings of what has already been established. All right. It says thy habitation is in the midst of deceit. It says through deceit they refuse to know me, said the Lord. So a lot of this is through deceit. A lot of this is because they are willingly ignorant, as the scriptures say. All right. Let me see. I think that was pretty much it, man. Yeah, that was it, man. I mean, it's a few more scriptures I could have grabbed, but man, you're gonna come to find out that like the year the Apostle Tar coined this year, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna show their colors. It's gonna show what they're really about, and it's like especially as this squeeze get tighter. If you're not truly down for the Lord, it's gonna show in these latter days. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.